Welcome back to your mat. Today we have a spicy pistol squat flow that I am super excited to share with you guys. To get started, let's move to the top of the mat. So as you find your way to the top of the mat, just stack the hips over the ankles, the shoulders over the hips. Let your arms dangle by your sides and close your eyes. And just start to feel into your feet, shifting your weight from one foot to the other. And then start to shift your weight forward and back. And then pause in the center. Blink your eyes open and start to roll your shoulders up toward the ears and then let them fall back and down. A couple more times. The next time the shoulders are down, pause there. Press the palms forward, just radiating forward, finding mountain pose, standing tall in the feet. And then look down at your feet. Shift onto the sides of the feet, the outer edges, pinky toe sides of both feet. And then shift to the inner edges. And then shift onto the heels, maybe one at a time. And then shift into the balls of the feet, onto the toes. And then standing on your left foot, turn your toes, or I guess press the tops of your toes of the right foot down toward the ground. So we're stretching the top of the foot. And then stand on the right foot as we press the top of the left foot down. And then left foot returns to the ground. Just move the feet. And then pause. Once again, returning to your mountain pose, palms radiating forward as you stand tall. And then breathe in, arms reach high. Exhale, drag the hands down to the heart. Twice more, breathe in. Hands to the heart. One more time. This time, let's fold forward, ragdoll. Bend the knees a lot. Let the belly lay on the thighs. And the head is heavy. Shake the head like no. Nod like yes. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Step your left foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Start to bend and straighten through the front knee. And you can have fingertips to the floor, or if this feels a little far or feels a little compressed, you can always use blocks. Next time the right knee is bent, stay there. Release the hands from the floor. Rise up for high lunge. Just a couple more breaths right here. Sink down. Activate the back leg. Last breath. Start to turn to your left, to the left side of the mat. Goddess squat, temple pose, toes out, heels in. Cactus the arms as you sink down low. Shift a little left and right. Pause in the center, 3 breaths. Last breath. Star shape, reach the arms out as you straighten the legs. And then bring the hands to the hips. Look at your feet. Turn your toes in, heels out. Inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, bow forward just halfway. Pausing for a breath. And then lower your left hand to the ground. Right arm reaches high, twisting to the right. Make a fist in the right hand, roll the wrist. Both directions. Then float the right fingers down to the ground. Switch it out for the left hand. Left arm reaches high. A fist in the left hand, we roll the wrist. Both directions. Then float your left fingers down to the ground. Walk your hands over to your left foot, Skandasana toward the left foot. The right toes point up. And then look to the ground. Hands press into the ground as you lower your left shin all the way down, rising up for gate pose, standing on the left shin and the right foot. Arms reach high. Breathe in. As you exhale, lean over the right leg, side body stretch here. Inhale, upright your torso, reach your arms out into a T shape. Look at your right foot and point your right toes toward the top of your mat. Then slide your right heel towards you so we can find our supported warrior two. Shift forward and back a couple times. Letting your knee travel past the ankle if possible, maybe past the toes. Next time you're forward, stay there, side angle. Right forearm to the thigh or hand down inside of the right foot. The left arm reaches past the ear. Lean left shoulder back, 2 more breaths. Last breath, look towards your right hand. High lizard lunge, both hands plant to the ground inside of right foot. Your back toes tuck under, the back knee lifts. Shift a little forward and back. And then look at your left pinky finger. That's where your left foot is going to step for Malasana Yogi Squat. Step forward. Sink the hips down. Bring the hands to the heart. Just a couple more breaths right here. Top of your head reaching. Last breath. Forward fold. Exhale. Heel toe the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Step your right foot to the back of the mat this time. Bend and straighten the left knee. And then the next time that the left knee is bent, stay there. Release the fingers from the ground or your blocks as you rise up for high lunge. Spark up the back leg. One last breath here. Then start to turn to your right. Goddess squat, temple pose, toes out, heels in, cactus, the arms out. Shift side to side. Then pause in the center, holding it right here, reaching the knees away from one another. Lift your right heel off the ground. Find a little pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right heel, lift the left. We find a little pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left heel. Take a breath right here. We're going to lift both heels up. It might be wobbly. Hold it still or find a little pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower both heels, star shape. Straighten the legs and arms. Reach out. Then bring your hands to the hips. Look at your feet. Turn your toes in, heels out. Inhale, lifts the chest. As you exhale, bow forward halfway and pause. Then lower both hands to the ground. Halfway lift to lengthen the spine. Breathe in. Refold. This time folding to your own degree. You can keep the hands underneath the shoulders, or you can walk the hands toward the feet or through the legs. Last breath. Start to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, halfway lift. Breathe in. And then crawl your hands toward the right foot. Skandasana, side lunge to the right foot. The left toes point up. Then plant both hands, lower right shin to the ground. Rise up for gate pose, arms reach up. Breathe in. As you exhale, lean over the left leg. Inhale, upright the torso, arms reach out to a T shape. Point the left toes toward the top of the mat and then slide the heel closer to you. Move in and out of our supported warrior two. Next time the knee is forward, pause there. One more breath. Side angle, left forearm to the thigh or left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right arm reaching over the ear. Can you lean the right shoulder back just a little bit more? Then look toward your left hand, high lizard. Both hands plant down inside of the left foot. Shift forward and back on the back toes. Then look at your right pinky finger, Malasana Yogi Squat. Step the right foot forward. Bring your hands to the heart, and you can hang out here in Malasana, or if you'd like to take a few breaths in crow pose, plant your hands. Bring your knees toward the backs of your arms, maybe up and toward your armpits. Take your gaze a little forward and then shift the weight into your hands. Maybe lift the toes, maybe not. 3 breaths. Last breath, lower your toes. Malasana, we meet. Forward fold, exhale. Heel toe the feet together. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Refold, breathe out. Rise all the way up, reach the arms up. Breath in. Hands to heart, breathe out. One more time, the arms reach high. Maybe a back bend this time, press palms together. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, refold. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Warrior two this time. So take up a lot of space. Turning your chest and shoulders as well as your pelvis toward the left side of your mat, but looking out past your right middle finger. Last breath here. Start to straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Reach right fingertips forward and then down, either toward your block or the floor, maybe your shin. Return to warrior two. Then peaceful warrior, the right palm turns up and scoop up and back. Straighten right leg. Bring the hands to the heart, to your left foot, Skandasana. Bend into your left knee. Reach left fingertips down to the ground. Right arm will reach up high. Open up across the chest. Then look towards your right foot. Runner's lunge, crawl the hands to the right foot. Then soften the left knee down to the ground. Low lunge, release the hands, upright the torso, breathe in. Really press into the feet, or press into the right foot and the top of the back foot. And then half split. Straighten out the front leg, bringing your fingertips to the ground or to blocks. I usually suggest that everyone start with blocks underneath the fingers here. Whenever I teach this in class, I even encourage people to, even if you know you can get into a very deep, compressed state, try it with blocks. Just see and find that full engagement and then go a little deeper. So if you have blocks, I suggest you find them. I have a couple right here. And I'll do the first. We have 3 rounds where we're going to lift the leg in front of us. And so blocks make this a little more accessible because it lessens the angle of compression. So if this is your first time, start with your blocks at the high position, hands underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, draw your heart forward. Think cobra in the chest. And then as you exhale, push away round like a cat spine, plug the right femur in, and then lift the right heel off the ground. Hold it here. Find a little pulse. And then lower the heel back down. Inhale, heart forward. Maybe stay there on the tall position of the blocks. Maybe you lower the blocks. As you exhale, push away round. Plug the femur in, lift the heel, find a little pulse. Lower the heel. One more round. Inhale, heart forward. Adjust your settings on the blocks or omit them altogether. As you exhale, push away round. Plug the femur in, lift the heel, find a little pulse. Then lower the heel back down. Place your blocks back at the top of the mat if you were using them. Runner's lunge, rebend into the right knee. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, standing L, shift forward into the right leg. Left leg is lifted, inner left thigh spins up. Little more energy in the right leg. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Refold, breathe out. Rise to stand, reach up, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, arms high, maybe the back bend. Forward fold, exhale. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, warrior two. Long stance. Now pelvis and torso are facing the right side of the mat. Looking out over left middle finger. Last breath here. Start to straighten your left leg, triangle pose. We reach left fingertips forward and then down, either to your block or your shin, maybe the floor. Warrior two, return, rebend into left knee. Peaceful warrior. Left palm turns up, reach forward, scoop up and back. And start to straighten your left leg. Bring your hands to the heart, to the right foot, Skandasana. Right fingers reach down to the ground. Left arm high. Open up across the chest. Then look at your left foot. Runner's lunge, crawl your hands to the left foot. Soften your right foot down. Fingertips leave the ground, low lunge. Inhale. Really pressing into left foot, pressing into the top of the right foot. Then half split, exhale, straighten the left leg. If you were using blocks, maybe you reach for them again. And each side is gonna feel different. So you may have a side that you don't need to use the blocks and a side that requires it. That's okay. Just meet yourself wherever you are. Over time, they'll get better. They'll even out. If you're working both sides, don't neglect the weaker side. All right, pause in a dorsiflexion. Draw the toes toward the face. Inhale the heart forward. Fingertips to your blocks, maybe the high position. As you exhale, push away round like cat. Rounding up, plug left femur in, lift the left heel. Find a little pulse. And lower back down. Inhale, heart forward. Adjust the height of your blocks if you're using them. Exhale, push away. Plug femur in, lift the heel, pulse. Lower down. Last time, inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push away, round, plug the femur in, lift and pulse. Lower down, runner's lunge, rebend into the left knee, placing your blocks back at the top of the mat if you're using them. Shift forward and back. And then standing L, shift into the left leg, the right leg lifts. Can you grow just a little taller through the standing leg? And forward fold, exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Refold, breathe out. Rise to stand, reach the arms up. Hands to heart, exhale. One more breath in, maybe the back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, refold. Heel toe your feet apart. Finding Malasana Yogi Squat or maybe a bear squat where you reach the fingertips and the tailbone in opposite directions, sitting low. Or maybe you find your crow pose again. 3 breaths when you find your crow, if you find it. We're going to move through vinyasa. So meet us where you like, eventually getting toward to downward facing dog. When you find your downward facing dog, take a few breaths. Press into the hands, press into the feet. And inhale, lift the heels high, ripple forward to your high plank. Left hand under the heart, side plank. Swivel your heels to the left, reach your right arm high. Take any variation of side plank. It's common to place the left knee down for support. Then we all lift the right leg. Start to draw the right knee in towards your right armpit. Look to the top of your mat. Warrior 1, the right foot steps forward. Back foot flat, upright the torso. Stay for one more breath. Then cactus the arms. Interlace the fingers behind the low back. Lift the chest on an inhale. Humble warrior on your exhale. Dive down. Soft bend in your elbows if you caught the clasp. Return to warrior 1. Upright the torso. Release the hands. Runner's lunge. Hands to the ground. Lower your left knee down. Reach for your blocks if you're using them. If not, keep your fingertips to the ground. Tuck your back toes underneath and start to shift your weight onto your back foot until your back knee lifts. So the left knee lifts off the ground. Fingertips to the ground or to your blocks. So wherever you are, we're pressing into fingertips and letting the right leg lift off the ground. And then find a little pulse. Lower the heel back down. 2 more rounds just like that. You choose if you want to use blocks or not. Press the hands into the blocks. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift the right leg. Find that pulse. Lower the heel. One more time. Option to lower that back heel to the ground. If you have a pistol squat, you can reach the blocks forward to help with your balance, or you can set the blocks to the side. Hold where you are. Find that little pulse. Then shift back forward. Step into your right leg, standing split. Send left leg high. Runner's lunge, left toes to the back of the mat. 3-legged dog, right leg high. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Maybe you flip your dog. And high plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose and then open the mouth. Again, let it go. Last time, breathe in. Press into hands, press into feet. Breathe out. Inhale, lift the heels, ripple forward, high plank. This time, right hand under the heart, side plank. You choose what you need on this side. You can lower right knee. We all lift the left leg. Start to draw the left knee toward the left armpit. Look toward the top of your mat. Warrior one, left foot plants, right foot flat toward the back of the mat. Sink down and breathe. Just a couple more breaths. Then cactus out the arms. Interlace fingers behind the low back. This time the other thumb on top, weird thumb. Lift the chest as you breathe in. Humble warrior, breathe out. Gently pulling the hands away from low back. Both legs actively working. Last breath here. Return to warrior one. Runner's lunge, hands down. Lower the back knee down. Reach for your blocks if you're using them. The back toes tuck underneath. And you start to walk your hands back, maybe using your blocks. Have a seat on your right heel. Let the knee lift up off the ground. And then either hands to blocks or fingers to the ground. Take an inhale and then exhale, lift. Find a little pulse. Lower down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Pulse. Lower down. One last time. Maybe you lower the heel this time. Only if it's there for you. Option to have blocks in the hands. Holding out in front for balance. Wherever you are, we find our little pulse. Then start to shift yourself forward into the left foot. Right leg lifts, standing split. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Refold, breathe out. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge, dip your hips low. Then three-legged dog, left leg lifts high. Bend the knee, open up through the hip. Option to flip your dog. High plank, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Child's pose, hips toward heels. And look forward between your hands. Slide forward onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands for your forehead. And then bend the knees, sway the shins left and right. And relax the legs behind you. Rest on the right cheek. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your back body. Draw the right knee into the chest, let the left leg be long. And then send the right foot up toward the ceiling. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Press the thigh into the hands and the hands pull on the thigh. Just a bit of even, matched pressure. And then gently release. Left hand to the outer right thigh. Right arm reaches to the ground beside you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, find a twist. Gently come back to center. Switch the legs out. Left knee into the chest, right leg long. And then send the left foot up toward the ceiling. Interlace fingers behind left thigh. Press the thigh into hands. Hands pull back on the thigh. And gently release. Right hand to the outer left thigh. Left arm outstretches to the left. Inhale. And then twist. Exhale. Come back through center. Happy baby. And just rock a little. Massage your low back. And then plant the feet to the floor. Sway the knees left and right. And then stretch out. Find a resting pose in a shape that feels comfortable where you can just be and breathe for a few moments. And this is where I'm going to leave you today. Thanks for practicing with me. I hope that we get to practice together again soon. I'll see you next time.